From the beginning of my session, I told you we cannot able to determine quality in one way of direction because in different people according to their use, according to their economic power, according to availability of the product in n number of parameters, they will be saying like this is qualitative product. Now here also we are having some sort of observations and the dimensions of that to determine whether this product and the services are really good or bad. So what are the 8 important dimensions are to be required or to be characterized to say like this is a very good product? According these 8 important dimensions was proposed and introduced by David Carvin. So according to him, what are the 8 dimensions are performance of the product or by services, features, reliability, conformance, durability, serviceability, aesthetics, and perceived quality. These are the basic 8 important features which are all expected by each and every buyers in the market before they start to buy the any kind of product. Now we'll see one by one. First one, performance. The moment you entering into the market, the first foremost priority is how this product will be work, how the service will be helpful for me. Product related, what are the attributes we will able to see? If it is a new product in the market, then we don't know about the brand image of the product, the existence of the company. We don't know. But when it is an existing company, definitely we are going to see the brand image of the company and how long this company was existed in the market and what is the objectivity of the company. I hope you are come across two important MNC companies in the name of Reliance Industries and Tata Group. In the Tata Group, the chairman said very clearly, we will never ever to become richest company in the world. It will never happen because the Ratan Tata, chairman, the group of the Tata groups, was saying from the beginning, whatever the profits we are earning from there, 30 to 40 percentage of amount again we are spending for welfare of the public. So we will never focusing on that to encourage about by the profits to develop our businesses. What are profits we are earning? Again, we are spending for the public only. When it comes to the Reliance like that industries, what they are doing is they are running successfully in the market. They are also incurring profits. To be safe, frankly, during the COVID situation, Ambani and as well as Adani, both are increased their wealth more than 750%. They invested 100 rupees, they got profit 750 rupees. That was the returns they got it and they enjoyed very well market returns. So these companies like Reliance, they are earning profits and again they are investing for to diversifying their businesses. Their profits again they are distributing happily in the name of dividend or interest to the shareholders or by the debenture holders. So intentionally they are focusing about developed by or strengthened by their own firm organization only. But Tata Group is not like that. They are whatever they are earning from the public, again they are spent for the public. So one is service motive, one is profit motive. So the moment you are entering into the market, you are trying to buy the products, you will be focusing on all these things. What is the objectivity of the company? Whether the company is existing in the market or not, whether it is a new company or not. Can we go with this buying of this product or not? What is the performance of the product? Again, we can able to see COVID vaccine, Covaxin, Covishield, very beginning, these two only available for us. Now, public again, there is a diplomatic situation whether we can go with Covishield or Covaxin. Now they will list out what are the variants on that, what are the ingredients. Now they will see which company is producing. So they will see the company background and as well as product related brand, and then relatively they are taking that vaccination. So product performance is one of the important component. Second one, features. So if I'm trying to buy your company product, what kind of features component? Now we want to see that the appeal of the product or the services, whether these features are really it will be helpful for me or not, or can I able to satisfy with these features, or whatever the amount I'm spending on this product will it be worth. What are the services? What are the features you are providing? Most of the buyers, what they will think, they will spend money and they will expect more features on the existing product, and then they will be satisfied. Otherwise, they won't satisfy about those products. After the features, next one, reliability. How far we can go with this product? How far I can able to rely to use about your product? If I start to use this product, will I able to get any kind of side effects? Or now I'm going to like your product, which is available in the market for 3 years or 4 years, and after that it will be disappeared. Again, I need to search for another product. Instead of that, now itself I'm going to choose a very good product, branded product, where the company was established such a long time. So that the likelihood also I will be go ahead and I will continue with those products. So which is going to be available with me 24 into 7. Every day, wherever I go, I can able to see this product. Whenever I require, I can able to buy. And those kind of products are all the times to be required by each and every buyers. So before buying a product, they will check the reliability. So being a manufacturer, you should be ready with all the buyers are has to accept to be rely trust on your products. Next one, conformance. So in the point of the conformance, the product or services which are all standardized things or not. I hope you are aware about ISO, Indian Organization, International Organization for Standardization. International Organization for Standardization. According to their comfortable iOS, they changed it as a ISO. So according to this ISO, they have given that different kinds of standards where the A to Z, all the businesses according to their performance, according to their conformance of the quality basis, they will get by standards. If you go to this hotel to have any kind of breakfast or by the snacks item that was certified by PASI and as well as ISO. So the moment when you saw that PASI and ISO, you will have some sort of trust. Okay, this is not full unworthy product. Somehow they are maintaining by the quality, so I can able to buy this product. Or you went to a showroom to buy like a ghee, and you have seen that mark. So upmark, when you see that the movement, okay, you will have a trust on that. This is a branded product, I can able to use it, and I can recommend to the children's also. 5 years or 4 years baby also can able to use this product. So the moment you are trying to buy the product, you need to be confirmed about the standards. Vegetables are available in the roadside and as well as in the supermarkets also. Now, same vegetables, but question is here where the vegetables are safe, where the crop has come, are they maintaining properly or not, whether it is a pesticide crop or by the organic crop. You need to be know about the some sort of standards. Of course, if standards are high, they will be charging high prices also. But qualities are to be required certain category of the people. If we have a look on that, an ordinary train will have four AC coaches, 10 or 11 sleeper or non AC coaches. That means richest people are very few and most of the people are middle or by the lower middle class. So if you provide these services according to their requirement, they will choose whether they want sweeper or they want AC. So being a manufacturer, you should be ready with to provide all these conformances on the whatever the product you are producing. Next important one, this is the basic feature of the all the Indian buyers. Mostly the Indian buyers, what they will think like the product should be durable product. I'm going to buy this product. At the same time, long duration I want to use about this product, not in the short run. I'm very much interested about to buy LDD or some other television, or I would like to buy an air conditioner, refrigerator, or some other products. What I will think in my mind is the beginning, what is the durability of the product? Whether this product will be having a long durability. I'm spending 10,000 rupees or 25,000 rupees. Whether this product is worthy for at least 10 to 15 years. Yes, then definitely I'm going to buy it and I will recommend to the others also. This is good product, worth for money. So how long you are going to use this product and relatively you are satisfied. That means product is working in a good condition. You are not spending any extra money for doing the repairs and completely which is going to be like a economical product. You are not spending any extra 1 rupee after you are paying the full amount to the salesman. Next, this is another category of people, serviceability. In the earlier, even the product is working good, and even though we are expecting long duration, the product has to be work. When it comes to serviceability, in this point, we are thinking about even product is working in the short run, that I doesn't mind. But important thing for me is it has to fulfill all my services requirements. How long Swami Vivekananda was lived? He died at the age of 33 or 35. But till the date, we are celebrating 135th, 134th of his birthday celebrations. If one person he sustained on the earth only 30 years, but still we are remembering because of his services are really great for the nation. Even the product is instead of using 15 years, 20 years, even I'm using for 4 to 5 years, it has to fulfill that all the services so that I will be saying this is serviceable product. You cannot able to say like this product don't have any kind of features. There is no repair, there is no breakdown, and each and every component which is going to be helpful for me by directly or indirectly in many ways we are encouraging to buy about these products. Next, aesthetic. So this is like a psychological term. People, when they are buying the product, they won't look at only by durability or serviceability, but also that they will be having a look on that the product external features. Product is really tasty product, good smell, and I can able to use it in multiple times anywhere, and I can able to I can easy to carry forward from one place to another place. So you don't have any kind of problems by using yourself or by to transfer to somebody else. Everywhere you are going to be easy to carry. So this is also one of the important future. Once upon a time, I hope you know very well, 5 MB memory card. 5 MB memory card, the beginning of the computer era, if you want to lift, it should be required 7 to 8 people assistance. 5 MB, 5 MB memory card. That means one song only. That worth of memory card, it should be required 7 to 8 people to lift. Nowadays, 5 TB, 500 TB also, you are just lifting with one finger because because the requirement has been changed. The movement has taken place to lift the product, to use of the product easy to from one place to another place. The next one is last one, perceived quality. This is very difficult to determine. I already told you whether this is a qualitative product or not. Same faculty will teach class for same 123 students, CSCA, B and IT. Same question paper for 123 students. Same material for 123 students. But when it comes to the examination results, it is going to be different from one to another. Some students will pass, some students will fail, some students will get an average mark. Why it is going to be happen? Depending on the perception of listening the classes, the perception of reading the material, the perception of understanding, the perception of memorizing the data. And relatively, we are going to see that what is the results of that. So the perceived quality, how you are thinking. So in your throughout BTech engineering course, I hope you will be having 70 to 80 subjects. Even 70 to 80 subjects, if somebody comes from outside and if they start to ask, what is your favorite subject? You will tell one or two only. And what about other subjects? Why are you ignoring about the other subjects? So why your perception is positive about these two or three subjects only? For that n number of reasons. So whatever you are going to be referred, these are the three favorite subjects for me. And another student, he may or he may not choose same three subjects. He will choose another three. So in your direction, what is right? Another person point of view, that will be the wrong. So perception is different from one to another, so that will give different kinds of measures. That is why what we supposed to do is do your best and let them think. Let them think. Even people are there in society to talk positive about Mahatma Gandhi and as well as negative about him also. People are there in society to talk positive about Godse. He is a very good advocate. I hope most of them they don't know. So many positive things also with those kind of people that we must be understood. Okay, guys, if you want to see a video way of the 8 dimensions of the product and service quality, I am sharing with you a YouTube link. So with the help of this YouTube link, you can able to listen or you can able to watch that YouTube video. The next concept is what are the basic aspects we need to be understand when you talk about total quality management. I'm telling you from the beginning, total quality management will start from the suppliers. Suppliers means who is providing raw material for you to start your company, to run your company, to produce your output, and how that will be reaching to the end consumer like us. The entire process will be called as a total quality management. So, when you talk about the total quality management, you have to be remember about these are the six important points. If you are unable to fulfill about these six important points, then definitely I can make challenge that 90 percentage you are not at all following total quality management at your organization. First one, leadership. Whenever you are talking about the concept of the total quality management, compulsory we should require a strong leader. Leader in the sense of he know that what is the vision of the company, why the company was established, what they want to achieve, for that what kind of strategies are prepared by them, and what they are doing and what is the plan for them to do for next 10 years. They have a strong vision in their mind, and they are also very clear on that to observing about the environmental factors. They know very well what is happening in the society, and they will be understanding that what kind of benefit we are going to get from the government if we are going to start by the new industry, to whom to approach, what kind of approvals we are going to be required, how we need to maintain versatility in managing to producing different products which are not at all expected by the buyers. So in that way, the leadership or the leader should be very strong. Otherwise, we cannot able to fulfill by the concept of total quality management. Second point is customer satisfaction. Of course, he is the ultimate person who has to buy the product. He has to use the product for his customers. Sorry, he has to provide products for his customers. Many companies they were thinking, I need to satisfy all my customers by rendering very good services, by offering by the products. If they are happy, I'm happy. Because if you're happy with your product, then definitely you will be doing n number of sales. You will be getting very good profits. Because of the profits, you will be sustained in the market. So customer satisfaction is an ultimate goal all the time for the each and everyone. Next, employee involvement. Of course, he is the pillar of the institution. Leader will think, employee will practically implementing whatever the ideas or strategies of the leaders. So when the employees, when they have very good, strong communication, group cohesiveness, there is no scope of any kind of miscommunication or misunderstanding between these people. Then ultimately you will be saying like employees are very very happy about to participate each and every department. Because of their active participation only, my company is sustaining and I'm also earning by the super profits. Whatever profits I'm earning, relatively I am distributing in the name of bonus, increment, healthcare facilities, welfare facilities for the employees of the organization. So employee if is satisfied wholeheartedly, then definitely he will work more time at the organization with a efficient way. Fourth point, continuous process improvement. This is very shortly called as a CPI. You never ever satisfied with existing technology, existing product product related futures. What you will think? You will think for where I can able to do that updation. Updation, it will never ever stop anywhere. So when the continuous improvement comes, ultimately what will happen? Customers will never bore about to use about your product. When continuous improvement comes, employees also equip they themselves with the latest trends. Even if they resign, if they go somewhere else, they will be enough caliber to manage about any machinery or any kind of technology. So it is a benefit for both the sides. Because of you are providing new products, new technology, new features, most of the people will be attracted. Yes, this is a right company where they are providing by the best products or best services for me. Why should I leave? So I will go with the company. Next, supplier partnership. I told you, who is supplier? For example, I'm running a cement company called KCP Cement or Chittinad Cement, Ultratech. So if I want to run my cement company, I should require raw material. So what is raw material? Limestone, gypsum, coal, water, whatever it is. Some X company is ready to provide all these materials to my company so that I'm going to run my factory. So who is providing all these raw materials to me, the X company, will be called as a suppliers. So being a manufacturers, we should have a proper contact or a good relationship with the suppliers. But another side also, if you don't have a proper contacts with them, they will do delay of supplying the materials. If they are doing delay of supply of material, then definitely it will show that negative influence on your production and employee performances. So indirectly or directly, we have to maintain a very good supplier relationship in long run. Next one, performance measures. This is one of the challenging tasks only for the organization. In MBA level, we are having a separate subject called performance appraisal. So in the performance appraisal, every year you are deserved to get increment or decrement. Whoever working properly, they will get salary hike, appreciation, increment with the help of 1,000 rupees, 2,000 rupees, they will get. If you are not working properly, you will be getting decrement. Your salary is 30,000, next month onwards you are getting 28,000. That means decrement is 2,000. So increment and decrement will be charged or appreciated. Now, how the companies will measure the performance of the employee? For example, I'm telling you in my case, I am the faculty of the Wales University. So, some management people will be definitely monitoring me. So my performance will be monitoring by head of the department. My performance will be monitored by class in charges. Performance will be monitored by my co-faculty. So they will give feedback about me, how I am working. So whether he's a good faculty or he's deserved for the increment or promotions, they will appreciate. If not, they will recommend in a negative way he's not working properly so that you can cut his salary. For that employee performance measure, we have n number thing like 360-degree appraisal program. If you are an employee of one company, I want to know about your feedback. Sorry, how you are working. I want to know about your performance appraisal. I will take feedback from you, one thing. I will take feedback from your co-worker. I will take feedback from your supervisor. I will take feedback from your head of the department. So in all the level, I will take feedback I will consolidate, and relatively I'm going to say like you are deserved for the promotion or increment or whatever it is. In this context, you should not do any kind of biased things. If you've done any kind of biased thing, and then definitely what will happen, they will be highly demotivated, and then they will raise the query. We are not at all happy with this proper performance appraisal. You have to redo, or else you have to be stop it. Okay, guys. In this, I have completed that the basic concepts of the total quality management. Next class, definitely.